Get the alpha, be the alpha.
With the Strafe Esports app, follow your favorite teams and players, and you'll never miss a match again. Strafe, everything esports. Download now on iOS and Android.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. We've got one series down, and that means there are 4 best of ones to go. Up next, it is going to be Fnatic versus OG. They are in the lobby and about ready to rock and roll. And we've got Mr. Trent Pax back on the panel.
Hello. I made my way. Long walk. Actually, I went for a long walk on the beach.
Yeah.
Suns fan and the filming crew.
Oh.
Yes. It's quite romantic, actually.
Yeah.
Yes. There were birds, dogs, people swimming.
I can't wait to see how that content turns out. Why anyone would want to follow Suns fan with a camera is beyond me, but I'm sure the final product will be worth it.
Well, now that I'm in it. They had to ask me what it's like working with him, though. So you'll have to wait for the final piece.
Were you honest or did you lie?
Well, I'm going to try and finish out the event.
Okay,
so,
good.
Yeah.
Good. Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Well done. All right, so looking forward, Fnatic versus OG. Mr. Grant, I think pretty safe to say OG favorites coming into this one.
Seems
but
like it.
what are you thinking?
More than likely. I mean, they could have took that series yesterday when they had the Venge Sniper. They lost one little team fight by Roshan. Unfortunately, the tri-core of VG Gaming just outscaled them a little bit there, but they could have easily still been in the winner's bracket right now if they didn't. Fnatic on the other side won game 1 and then kind of got destroyed games 2 and 3. And we've been seeing them. They still like to pick that Visage.
Yeah, that series against VP is a little hard to analyze, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know the right way to say this without it coming out wrong, but VP tends to not always take it seriously in game 1, experiment perhaps in game 1, and then put the pedal to the metal in games 2 and 3. It felt like that's sort of what happened in that series. Game 1 looked very different from games 2 and 3.
They looked a little laid back, I guess I could say.
That's a great way to say it, Trent. Laid back
and they
in game
focused
1.
in, and it was kind of a joke the other way, it looked like.
And maybe a
Easy
little
wins.
too laid back because they're in the loser's bracket as well, though. And Fnatic, definitely, I mean, it's the best of one. Like we said, I think heroes like Winter Wyvern are going to be super thought after by both teams. I have a list. Can't say that word very well.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
That's okay. No, I think OG's pretty heavy favorite, but like we said, best of ones, anything really can happen. And OG's run like 3 different strats in their 3 games. Like, you don't really know what they're going to pick, and it's very hard to draft against them. While Fnatic still like going for that kind of defensive supports and then an Eternal Envy kind of hero to farm up the waves.
You know what we haven't seen? Illusion heroes.
We have it.
From OG.
Not from OG. And now that we've got kind of a case study here on Chaos
Best of one, loser's bracket. That's where I'm going.
So what, are we thinking some Naga Siren? Is that
I
what
don't
you're
know.
getting
I don't know
into,
if I go
Trent?
that far.
All right, Trent.
But
So
the
why are
real
Illusion
heroes.
why are they good again?
Well, we got they can tank Roche, which is nice.
Yeah.
20% damage. They still have some issues, right? They're still relatively weak at sieging. I mean, they're still good, but compared to how they used to be back in the day, the routing's not quite as nice. But overall, they're just a little bit of buffs, I would say, to the Illusion heroes.
We've seen a bunch of Terrorblades already. I don't know if you can. I mean, I would consider that an Illusion here. We've seen a ton of him. He's one of those that's super good early game with Metamorphosis up, struggles a little bit when that's down, but still an extremely good late game hero. And
Seen
we definitely might
lots of PL
see.
too.
Yeah, we have.
Still very strong.
I think PL has a pretty bad win rate here, though.
True, except for when he plays Undying. Or plays against Undying.
Plays
Looks pretty
Undying.
strong.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. I really do think. I think we'll just get to see a lot of 4s ban. I think Winter Wyvern won't make it through as well. I think that one will get banned
Beastmaster
out.
too, I think the big
Speaking
one.
of illusions, we've only seen one Shadow Demon ban this tournament, and it was against OG by Vici in Game 1 of yesterday's series.
The
So,
first bans.
obviously, teams thinking that we need to be careful about these illusion heroes because OG does have that reputation.
If I'm coming into this game and I want to win as Fnatic, which I think they do, that is generally the goal.
Yeah.
Fair assessment.
When they won their game versus VP, it was Ohio. I mean, he went completely off the wall. Like, he was just insane on that clockwork, looking like perfect form. So I'm going to be looking for a good hero for him. I think probably his best heroes are Batrider and Beastmaster. Obviously, Beastmaster has some issues now where he's probably going to be a much higher focal point during the draft. I don't know how well he'd be able to play Panda. That's not a hero that I associate with Ohio at all. Obviously, I'm sure it's something he plays, but
I mean, I think of Furion. Ohio is
another
a
classic
really
hero for him.
classic
His
Nature's
Darkseer
Prophet
is another
player.
big one, but
Where's the Darkseer been, by the way?
I
We
don't-
haven't seen him.
No,
we saw him
thanks.
day 1 once, and that was
Did we?
about it. I believe SG played him.
You're right. They actually played it in the game that they won against newbies. So
That's good.
100% win rate, but outside of that.
It feels like your offlaner has to be very high impact, and Darkseer is probably the lowest impact.
Exactly.
Like, he just doesn't do anything on the map except split push, and you already have your other cores doing that anyways.
And he needs a lot of farm.
Yeah,
Right?
he
he needs
does.
time to come online.
Guardian Greaves plus Pipe is almost a necessity for him because you're going with heavy team fight if you pick a Darkseer.
Yep. You would want 2 heroes that are like mega aggressive cores, like Puck +1 or something like that, if you're going to have to run a Darkseer. And
Yeah.
Doesn't just feel like the
Yeah, I think
strongest
OG
stuff
could
right now.
OG could definitely go with another like push lineup like they did with that Venge plus the sniper if they really want to, or we could see a Drow as well. I mean, it was actually just one little team fight they lost that lost them the game, and
Yeah.
Do you think Fnatic is going to focus on the Visage for Excalibur as hard as they did yesterday? Because
think
it
so.
really had mixed results. It seemed like a hero that the opposition could punish pretty heavily.
Honestly, they just fully focused in Game 2 and Game 3 on Excalibur. It was ridiculous. They were just heroes nonstop in his lane. Even when he was playing Puck, which is considered a relatively survivable guy, he was still like holding that orb for the most part.
Yeah.
But every time he threw it out, he got killed. I mean, there was an Invis Brewmaster under him. Like obviously, how can you expect that?
Sort of that Sumail effect. It's like we know if we leave this guy alone, he's going to get out of control, so we have to shut him down.
That was the plan, and it definitely worked out well in Game 2 and 3 for VP.
Okay. Well, after a couple of failed loads, don't worry, we've got it. Game number 2 ready to start now. It's OG versus Fnatic. Loser goes home. Winner moving on. Let's see what's going on.
you were talking about that Beastmaster. We actually saw it go all the way through last series, just no one picked or banned it at all,
Yeah,
which was
shocked.
a little bit surprising, and first banned here now.
The other big one that was really successful for Fnatic lately was the IO. So if that's left in, I could definitely see an IO +1 in the 2-3 here for them.
Yep.
But yeah, there's our Wyvern.
Yeah, Wyvern's so good for just both teams. Just a good hero in general now.
Yep.
You can see different builds from him too. We saw the super defensive like 1-1-4 build once, and then yesterday we saw the 4-4-0 build. Didn't even
that's
have a
right.
cold embrace. Such a nice hero to play as a support right now. You get tons of farm with that.
I guess we do have to consider the anti-mage too, right?
Yeah.
Just how he's looked so much this tournament. Anyone in that same vein as well, the Medusa.
It's interesting. Usually in a tournament you have like your own meta game, and right now all the teams are still just picking what they want to pick. No one's really going. It seems like the only two who've really picked similar are actually VG and SG, are like the two teams who've been
Yeah.
picked most similarly together. Besides that, no one else. They've all just had their own footprint. Their
Yeah,
own
we kind of
ID.
discussed like Newbie and Immortals even showed some similarities too, with kind of their more classic hero picks.
But there's not just like an umbrella effect of what people are picking. And Lich ban down, all right. I'm all about that.
Fnatic thinking about this third ban, though. What do they want to remove? Bounty Hunter, probably something they're considering. I think Fnatic has first banned it in every single other game. They've also put a lot of focus on banning out the Ogre Magi.
Maybe Tusk, I guess. I don't think OG, it's kind of interesting. Most teams, when they have first pick, they take one of those OP5s that's left in the pool. But that's not really something we've ever seen from OG. Maybe, I guess, for a Lich or something, but I feel like Jerax's heroes tend to get prioritized because they get banned out so much. Well, they'll take care of the AA, so there's at least one safe 5 removed.
Yep, and there's what? You have Spearbreaker is an extremely good hero still. We've seen the running at you of Spearbreaker still one of the highest effects in the game.
Yeah.
Creates so much chaos.
Hard hero to deal with, just in general.
So if we assume they do take a 5 here, then that'll at least give them a chance to see the 2-3, and they can kind of figure out how Jerax would go with it. Oh, and of course, we've discussed this as well.
PS4 Brew.
Yeah, they just open with this every single time that's left in the pool.
Yeah, understandably.
Just a very good hero. I mean, in
S4
lane
was
phase.
playing Brew when Brew wasn't even good.
Yeah, at least not compared to the games
I
we've
guess
seen here.
when he wasn't a meta hero,
Yeah.
I should say.
That's the biggest thing. He's good in the early game. You send him up against any other melee hero, you just drunken haze him. You're doing pretty well. And Nightstalker, we just realized, first time in this tournament, I believe.
No, negative
Was
there,
there?
Mr. Grant. We did see him yesterday once. VP played him in that game 2 against Fnatic.
Oh,
That was the Furion, Nightstalker, Rasta, Quap, Necro lineup that VP
Oh,
ran
that game, that looked so good.
Yeah.
They just completely stomped over
That
that
was
game.
that. I think in that series, that was the slaughter that was kind of over in 10 minutes, and then it ended up taking much longer
But
to close it out.
we got triple snakes out of it, so
that was
it
the
worth
triple
it.
snake game.
Yes.
And here we go. They're going to grab the Shadow Shaman for themselves.
Very aggressive support duo, though. Nightstalker as well as Shadow Shaman both have extremely good kill potential, as well as very good laning phases. So we'll have to see how OG, if they want to go with aggressiveness themselves or go with the more defensive build.
I think we've seen Tusk in these scenarios a couple times too, just because the ability to snowball people out of the shackles, generally able to mirror stuff that Nightstalker does. Classic Jerax hero, Earth Spirit already removed.
Yeah, we saw him play yesterday, and it was against that Magnus, and unfortunately it didn't work out too well. It just, he fell behind in farm so quickly. Without that Blink Dagger, it's so hard to save for Magnus. Still could go with it if they want, or they could just take a Viper if they want.
Also true. The clockwork. So the way that Fnatic found their win with Ohio, given to OG, I would predict this to be, of course, for Jerax,
Yep.
Yeah,
right? Seems
position
pretty
4.
unlikely. I mean, we could move the Panda around, I suppose, but for the most part, this should just be our 3 and 4 here.
Yeah, especially Clockwork versus Shadow Shaman. Pretty good, especially once you hit that level 2, just battery soul cogs. It's going to be a free kill if Nightstalker's not there.
Kind of curious what they have in mind for Fly this game. The Dazzle, one that always comes to mind for me. great. Sometimes can help keep the Brewmaster alive to get off that split.
Yeah, it's true. And look how many they've taken with themselves, right? They took care of the Bane, they took care of the Wyvern, they took care of the Lich. It's so often that the team who is first pick is the one that leaves in the 5s because they want to grab one of those safe 5s, see what the 2-3 is, and then respond to that in accord. Interesting drafting stance here. I guess it just shows how much priority they put on this Brewmaster here. And yeah, that's what we're going to keep focusing because honestly, there's just not many left. The Witch Doctor, a classic pick up against that early Night Stalker aggression.
Yeah. There really aren't a lot of the popular position 5s that we've seen still available.
I think Rubik's probably the big one that'll get banned out next because you're playing against the Clockwork.
Yeah.
Or sorry, you're playing with the Clockwork. It's like just as helpful. You can like throw people into the cogs and
Night
stuff.
Stalker flies over, you just throw him right back in.
Yeah.
It would be a position 5 Rubik then, and usually you do have Jarek's playing instead, so I'm not sure how much time Fly has really spent on that hero.
And of course the Phoenix. We did see Fly play that once already.
That is
Something
nice
else.
with cogs, actually.
But Phoenix versus Night Stalker Shadow Shaman already is such a rough matchup.
Yeah, the early game would be pretty disgusting.
I don't know if you'd be able to get out of it. They might just run you over here.
Yeah.
And take some time for this second to last ban, actually. OG's really thinking about which direction they want to go here.
Yeah, I mean, you always have to keep in the back of your mind with a Shadow Shaman this early that Fnatic could pick a very aggressive pushing lineup. And in these best of ones, getting caught off guard by like a last pick DK or Death Prophet could be pretty scary. So they will ban out the Bat Rider instead. Which does pair nicely with the Night Stalker, though, the vision and whatnot.
It's also a hero that they could have given Ohio for a nice 1v1 against the Brewmaster. Plus, of course, as a Bat Rider, your goal in the game will be to jump, grab that or the Brewmaster, and help people burst him down as fast as possible. So,
like you said, I mean, Brewmaster, Bat Rider doesn't right-click you. He doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Drunken Haze does absolutely nothing to him. He'll just chase you down anyways.
there's not many other offlaners as well that can actually go into that 1v1 matchup with the Brewmaster and feel confident. So,
I wouldn't be surprised if Fnatic themselves want to Doom. I know Eternal Envy thought of that hero very highly. It actually does decently versus Brewmaster once the Drunken Haze wears off. You're never going to fall behind and farm.
Yeah, the puck is...
the Necrophos, too.
The puck is one that can lane... Oh, wait, no, those lanes don't make sense. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they could. I mean, Fnatic's not
Fnatic
terrible
could grab an
puck,
offlane puck, yeah. I was thinking context versus Brewmaster, but not
Yeah.
too often you're going to see a puck versus Brewmaster lane.
Yeah, you're going to have to send... It's like going against a Razor or Viper. You're going to have to send someone there. It depends what you want.
Speaking of those two, that's kind of the two heroes that I immediately spring to when I see this Necrophos band out. We could be thinking about like a big tanky guy like the Razor, the Viper, or the Bristleback, possibly. Obviously a classic for Fnatic.
Yeah, it is.
Envy's all about those kind of heroes. And I think the Razor looked really good in game number 1 today.
Yeah, it did. Obviously, he was versus Viper, and man, he just tore him apart with the help of a Bounty Hunter, though. And they could do the same with the Clockwork if they really want in that middle lane, just secure him a lot of farm.
The bounty was there, but he didn't really spend that much time sitting in mid, did he? Wasn't
Well,
it?
he got the first blood, which gave him almost a level and a half edge, which was huge, and then killed the chicken on the way back from bottom that one time. And
yeah,
Slark
you're
ban.
right, actually. Yeah, that's pretty devastating.
Okay, another classic Envy hero, I suppose.
And Slark, we did see it actually win on day number 1, and people are like, I thought it was the worst hero in the game. Turns out, it's only bad against Voodoo and Hex, and no one really has those heroes. People forgot those heroes are just as bad as Slark half the time, and they have one on their own, so.
Yep.
It was a miracle, Slark, right?
Yep, sure was. Good one. And there it is, Razor.
Okay.
Man, we're geniuses.
I know, we're so good.
Well, Razor definitely fits into that push kind of strat we talked about, certainly as referenced by last game at Aghanim Scepter.
Yep, and just strong laners. Now that you have the aggressive Night Stalker Shadow Shaman with the Razor, whoever he faces up against has to be so careful.
And that probably means we'll have to leave Ohio's hero as the next one, and then that way we can choose if our Razor goes safe lane or mid as well for Fnatic. So the only bad thing here is that Ohio only gets to see one more support before they choose his core.
Yep, there it is, the 5-year timeout Disruptor here.
Yeah. How did we forget about Disruptor, boys?
We haven't seen him much. He's
decent.
been banned on the second
I would say
phase.
he's not considered a very strong hero against a lot of early pressure. Like, what if they went Ohio Darkseer here and they Iron Shell this Night Stalk and they just run at this Disruptor? Like, is Clockwork really going to have a very good time with something like that?
There it is. You were talking about the Nature's Prophet comes out, that global presence on Fnatic.
Even more pressure. Nature's Prophet is by far the most frustrating offlaner to play against. It's position 5. He's the worst. Like, those Treants come at you. They do so much damage. If you don't have one of these natural heroes, like a Witch Doctor, for example, who's banned out, maybe even a Crystal Maiden, like someone who can at least do something against those Treants, your game's awful. So this will probably draw a lot of the attention from the Clockwork to be in the same lane as the Prophet, which makes it less likely they can really do any sort of like an aggro play, unless they are just going to do Brewmaster against NP, which would also be kind of okay.
I would kind of like to see potentially a Medusa for OG. I mean, if this push from Fnatic, risk of being a broken record, they have a lot of push, and they're going to need some heroes that can hold high ground. Disruptor and Clockwork both very good at that, but a nice big beefy core like Medusa could be a good addition here.
It is already hard to pretty much push in uphill against like Brewmaster as well as Disruptor. You get the blink dagger on Brewmaster, he just blinks in, and it's just going to be complete chaos. They take a Terrorblade.
That's true.
Okay. Very high armor against the Nature's Prophet too. So if they end up with a lane there, it's nice against all the treants. In fact, Prophet got quite a few buffs, right? Because there's no Poor Man's Shield now. So if he was in a matchup, for example, against the Brewmaster, he'd do so much more damage with his treants and with his right clicks.
That's a good point.
And now Terrorblade, one of the best level 1 laners with Metamorphosis. You just clear out like 2 to 3 full waves, you get a ton of farm, you can get those levels up and do a little bit more harassment than before. You could even see an early point reflection. We haven't lately. Love that ability.
That's the Monkeys Forever build.
Yeah, it is. The middle Terrorblade. We haven't seen much of that lately.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe the Terrorblade feels a little safer here knowing that Ancient Apparition is taken out also. You've seen how effective that Ice Blast can be against untimely Sunders.
Yeah, we did see that yesterday. The instant blow up on a save.
Yeah.
And Puck is going to get banned out. This
I
might
like
be the
that,
first
actually.
time it's made it through this far.
That could have been really nice to put that no-tail, I would guess no-tail Brewmaster S4 Puck in that situation and then give Rezo the Terrorblade.
And it feels nice because Fnatic does have a lot of push, but they almost have no team fight. In OG, when Metamorphosis is up and Brewmaster gets a blink, like how does Fnatic, even with just these 4 heroes, fight into OG? The wards do nothing to Terrorblade.
Yeah, now you're in one of these situations too where you wonder, like, yeah, that would have been a good way to bail out, right? You think about like Naga and Medusa or something, but Naga, I mean, yes, it's a classic Envy style hero, but she's definitely not in the meta right now.
No.
So pretty unlikely that you're going to have that bailout mechanic, and now they take away the Stone Gaze. And OG have their chance here to take a look at how they feel like they can end this game.
We're still not sure they're gonna. They might not match up the Razor against Terrorblade. Envy playing the Razor. They could do
Yep.
that and just pick another middle.
Both teams have some flexibility with these lanes on how they want to set it up.
It feels a little less on OG. I'm pretty sure No Tail's going to play the Terrorblade no matter what.
Yeah.
And last man, yeah, Medusa's
15
Puck
seconds.
going down all the way here.
This is a tough last pick to call.
You want someone who matches up if against
Who matches
Razor
up
if
well
it
against
is.
Razor? You know, it's a
Venom.
Venom. Okay.
It's just frustrating because no matter what, you have to play safe. That's what it comes down to in the end, right? Like, you have to pick these heroes that can't
Don't
get
get to be
completely
swaggy.
dumpstered by someone.
Yeah, the Venom's interesting, though, because we talked about that old right-clicking Veno build has kind of gone by the wayside with the change to his talents. It feels like the more like Veil, Ags, Blink kind of classic magic damage Venomancer is more in vogue now.
Now I'm looking at, could it be a Rezo mid Terrorblade? It feels really
Yeah.
bad, but
I feel like
it might be.
that hero suits him better than, like, I feel like I see No Tail playing a Veno more than I see Rezo.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. But Razor versus Terrorblade, if it is that, like, Metamorphosis is going to be great, but even if you get static linked early, you can do a ton of damage to him, and then you still feel so bad as a
What
Terrorblade.
about the Bloodseeker this game?
Bloodseeker against Terrorblade Veno. It's definitely good. I mean, only Clockwork's really that good against him.
Yeah, it feels like a pretty nice game for them. There's, I guess, not the most buff up stuff. Then again, if you Blood Rage a Razor, that could be kind of scary.
Couldn't OG just a dual lane mid with the Terrorblade to ensure that he gets some farm?
Yeah,
They could.
well, his experience would be.
It's tough.
That's the
but-
problem without that extra creep anymore in this patch.
Yeah.
And here we go. We're going to see the Dragon Knight finally.
Yes, I've been
waiting.
calling for this Dragon Knight. The Dragon Knight calls, as
Okay.
they say. But talk about push for Fnatic. They are going to be able to knock down some towers. It is an Excalibur DK headed to the mid.
Yep, and it is a Resolution Terrorblade headed to the middle, so it's going to be a pretty passive matchup, actually. Just both teams farming up a little bit unless you see the Clockwork or, I mean, Nightstalker Shadow Shown. You're going to see a smoke gank from them eventually. Just go middle and destroy that Terrorblade more than once.
I'm going to call this a nice solution, though, right? Because Excalibur, all that focus on him, getting shut down, give him a Dragon Knight.
Very survivable hero in the mid.
Make life a little bit easier.
What do you think, though? Do you believe in the push here, Trent? Do you think Fnatic can do it?
I'm just gonna have to say I've seen OG do this so many times where I see these kind of strats for them where they kind of see this push coming, they want to absorb the blow and then bounce back stronger in the mid and the late game. They look so good doing it in day number 1, and I kind of feel like they're just gonna do it again here. But I'm not discounting the fact that Fnatic could do it, but I will go with OG being the more likely victor.
They do have a lot of good kind of 4 protect 1 here. A lot of heroes to make some noise while Resolution split pushes.
I feel they're just going to focus getting S4, a lot of farm. No Tail might get sacrificed a little bit as a Venomancer. You don't feel as bad about that, and I think OG will probably take this around 40 minutes.
Yeah, certainly not compared to that Viper game we were talking
Yeah.
about earlier.
Those are
Veno
rough
plays a little better from behind.
All right, I'm switching. I'm going for Fnatic actually because he lost that talent, so I'm not in on the Veno anymore.
You're
I'm
out
going
on the
Fnatic.
Veno?
I'm bailing. I'm jumping ship.
All right.
I'm all in on the Envy squad.
I've been calling for the Dragon Knight for so long that I think I have to go on the Fnatic side as well. I really think this hero has a good place in this meta. I hope Excalibur doesn't get shut down and make Dragon Knight look bad, but we'll see.
We sure will, guys.
So this is going to be a good. This is what best of ones are all about, though,
Yes.
right? One team goes really heavy push, all-in push, and the other side is maybe a little bit more conventional. Who's going to be able to take it, Trent?
Fire it away.
We're going to
Get 'em outta
fire away indeed, guys. This is so exciting. Game number 2 of the day underway. We've got 2 more casters for you. It's going to be Mott and Lacoste.
Thanks so much, guys. We are here with Fnatic versus OG, a best-of-1 series where anything can happen, and so much comes down to the draft and Lacoste. I want to get your opinion. Who do you favor here as we move into this game in this best-of-1 series?
I love OG's lineup so much more. They have a lot of stuff Fnatic needs to focus on. Panda. If Panda gets the split, it's going to be so easy to control the fight. The Division game coming out from OG, Venom Wards, Panda, Clockwork Rockets, Illusions from Terrorblade, Glimpse. I mean, this is going to be such a good game for Disruptor for those glimpses. He's going to have a lot of vision. I mean, they have a good vision on side of Fnatic from Night Stalker, not during the daytime because he's pretty much completely blind, but Treants will do the work.
Yeah, so it does feel like it is going to be a bit of a vision game. We'll see who comes out on top. Like you mentioned, you like OGs. They have the Terrorblade. Statistically, OG a very good team with Illusion heroes. Resolution, obviously, very strong on that hero as well. They have... honestly, it's sort of that late game lineup that OG likes to run. They're so good in that late game, getting an advantage. I feel like they should do pretty well here against this Fnatic draft. But Fnatic do have that push. Do you think there's a chance that Fnatic could take down these towers quickly enough and get that advantage in this game?
Well, that's true if they somehow manage to shut him down. But they have a good defensive mechanism. Venom Wards, Rockets should be enough if they don't lose their lanes completely.
We'll
I
see.
don't know. Zayori loves that Dragon Knight. I think Dragon Knight was buffed a lot. It's exactly what he needs. Level 10, 2 mana regen, or attack speed, just build towards late game.
Yeah, it's going to help
40
out a lot.
strength on level 25.
That's an insane amount, it feels like, especially with status resistance now, too, which is also really strong. Keeping him tanky, keeping him so he's not disabled as much. I feel like DK, there's good reason to like him this patch, I think. Could be a pretty strong hero here. But we'll see.
It's going to be a pretty passive mid matchup. Terrorblade against the Dragon Knight.
Yeah. Might not be too much happening. We'll see.
Yeah, I want to see what No-Tail's going to build actually on this Venom, since I don't feel like you can play Venomancer as damage dealer, like Whale into maybe Aghanim Scepter would be fine, because they removed his 50 damage talent, which is pretty huge, plus 30 XP on level 10.
So you're thinking more utility then?
Yeah, the talents suit him.
We'll see if that's going to be the case. They're going to have an aggressive warding mission coming out from OG. They smoke up as well. Both teams are going to grab 2 bounty runes, and it looks like OG are going to sit at least 2 heroes down bottom, now 3, as 4 is nearby as well. We'll see where Resolution moves to. He's actually going to pick up, I think, just a Quelling Blade and head on out. Nobody's top right now for OG. They're really taking their time. This is very interesting to see if they're going to keep Rezo down here. They're going to have to move him out eventually, I feel like.
Yeah, they're not going to lane Panda and Terrorblade for sure.
No.
That's the good way. Because of the new TPs, you can just do that. It's being pinged out on top. See who's going to be on the top lane.
Yeah. And well, Jerax is going to do what he does best, harassing in the early game. Excalibur will come in. They have Pylai Die as well. Plenty of auto attack damage coming in from the Shadow Shaman, but it is going to be no tail mid on the Venomancer. So it might not be able to build into damage, but still trying to get off to a good start here on this Venomancer. So DK versus Venomancer, a very interesting matchup in that mid lane. Something that you don't see perhaps too often. I kind of like it.
I don't think DK cares about the harassment coming out from Venomancer, especially if he gets a lot of CS. Okay, he's already sitting on 6 CS against 1 for the Venomancer. Once he gets 2 levels in Dragon Blood, that's 6 extra HP regen, which is more than enough.
Yeah,
I mean, he does not have a poor man's shield anymore, but I don't think it's even needed.
Yeah, he feels pretty strong in this matchup, but you're right, he's already off to a really fast start. And he also has Pylai to help him out too, so this feels like it might be pretty bad for No-Tail at the beginning of this game here. So we'll see.
Well, it's pretty hard for Veno to last hit. I mean, he has 43 base attack against 58 with a Quelling Blade from Dragon Knight.
And then plus
Pretty
the Breathe
impossible.
Fire too.
Yeah, that as well. I mean, it's even affects the items as well.
Bottom lane, Jerax going for a battery assault. Just some harass on DJ in Ohio. can't do too much here. So this aggressive tri-lane not accomplishing anything just yet. Resolution uses Metamorphosis probably to last it a little bit at the beginning. Now they're going to have the kinetic field. Ohio's walking it perhaps a bit too far. The Thunderstrike coming out as well. The Sprout looking for a TP. He's going to fall, and Fly will get the first blood as Ohio moves up perhaps a bit too aggressively there and feeds himself away. All right, well.
Good start. Let's see how Panda does on the top lane. 9 against 10. For the Razor, has a Quelling Blade just for extra damage on the creeps.
Yeah.
Panda's gonna be pretty hard to harass.
Yep, with the static link. Envy now level 3, level 2 static link at the ready. S4 is going to be a big part of this game plan, getting up to that link as quickly as possible, getting things going and making sure they stop that push, which should be coming from Fnatic pretty quickly, one would assume. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. All right. For now, just some movements around the map. Highlight Eye is still sitting mid, essentially just dual laning. JRX is walking up. He might have been spotted. There was a ward placed down towards that bottom rune spot. They will see him now. I think they pinged him out. Highlight Eye is already backing up. No Tails up to 8 last hits, but still 15 for Excalibur. Like you mentioned, he has the 2 points in Dragon Blood now. And he's working on a Soul Ring as well, so he can spam out that Breathe Fire. So Excalibur is actually doing pretty well in this mid lane, but the Plague Wards are starting to come out, which will make things easier for No Tail.
Yeah, Soul Ring is such a good item on strength heroes right now. So that 6 extra strength is exactly what you need. You don't need to upgrade it. I mean, you can't. I'll hold that.
Now, Ohio getting battery salted. Resolution taking a lot of damage from DJ. Another Void coming out. Ohio can't walk up. The Sprout will come in. Pylite Eye comes in at the perfect time. Looking for some auto attack damage. There's the Ether Shock. Rezo is so low, but they cannot chase him down. JRX, good cog pushback. DJ also extraordinarily low. Everybody's sitting on no HP in this matchup, and JRX will just narrowly make it away in this bottom lane. So a lot of harass coming from both teams, but no actual kill there.
Wow, 6 heroes with 20% HP. No one dies.
Yeah.
Like, Veno had to go for max Plague Wards build, which usually you don't see. So she's just gonna max it, have some level 7, level 4 wards, so we can actually less hit against the Dragon Knight.
Yes, it's gonna help him out a lot, I think a lot here, but...
I wouldn't be surprised if Dragon Knight just goes for straight hood after power threads. A lot of magical damage. Disruptor, Clockwork, Panda as well.
Yep. Meanwhile in the jungle, JRX looking for Pylite Eye, and
nice
the Sprout
Sprout.
pushback. That was huge. Saving Pylite Eye's life. JRX has to go for the TP. That was beautiful.
Look at Nature's Prophet build. He actually went for 1-1-1 build, which usually you don't see, but
Yeah.
what a play. Pylite Eye needs to be super careful. I mean, Rasta, 285 movement speed. Clockwork,
Just
he
chasing
just
down.
runs on you.
Yep.
You're just gonna die. He has a Wind Lace and Boots of Speed. Finally, Shadow Shaman afforded Boots of Speed.
Yeah, Rasta feels a bit slow until he gets those boots. Now he's finally got them. He sat mid for a while and eventually rotated bottom. Right now, slight advantage for OG, nothing really considerable. It is nighttime at this point. DJ is level 3, so he's got the 1 point in the Hunter in the night. We'll see if they can make something happen. They're going to try to. They have Pylite Eye rotate again. They have a smoke and another one on Pylite Eye ready as well. So they're looking for an initiation, perhaps on No Tail. He's got plenty of Plague Wards. He also has JRX nearby. They're going to wrap all the way around here. I think DJ will try to start this off. No Tail's pretty far up at this point. The scan will come in. There's the Void. They should have the Shackles as well. There's the Gale coming out. Disruptor is in. It's TPing right now, but it's too little too late. They will get Pylite Eye out of this. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Maybe they can get DJ. There's the Glimpse back, and they're going to have the Cogs as well. It should be. They've got the ward slowing him down, and DJ getting battery salted. Hunter in the night might save his life. You're flying over the trees. No, not enough. He will fall. It's going to be a 2-for-1 trade going in favor of OG there.
It looked good for Fnatic. A little bit too deep. Those wards, level 3, deal a lot of damage. Clockwork should be careful about trying to use Cogs on Night Stalker because he can just fly over them.
Yep.
Good play by JRX.
Yeah.
Just trying to push him away.
Clockwork level 2 now, so JRX still getting a lot of work done. And that's huge, like his was nighttime too, and yeah, they got the kill on the Veno, but they're gonna try to make something happen top. It's kind of a bait. The split's gonna come out. Envy might be in trouble. They've got the battery assault. They got the boulder toss as well. An easy pickup there. They bait him into the kill using the split there at level 6 for OG, and a giant kill going the way of S4. Excuse me, JRX.
Yeah, JRX got the last hit, but Panda, maybe Panda needs a Soul Ring as well. It's one of the cool items for him. Always have mana for that split.
He's got the bottle now. He's also working on a wand. He has a mango in his quick bite too, so He definitely feels like he needs that mana for sure.
Yeah, even Night Stalker's going for a Soul Ring. You don't need a Magic Wand.
Yeah.
Soul Ring and Urn, more than enough.
Soul Ring coming out of nowhere in this game, but Excalibur's got his, working on treads now, which should fly out right now. Level 6 for Excalibur. 36 last hits to the Veno 24, so Excalibur doing a really good job. This game he's going to be going Armlet for his first item, which makes a lot of sense for Fnatic. And things will slow down to OG. The one thing that Fnatic aren't really doing is dealing with Resolution bottom lane, getting a lot of farm down here.
Yeah, it's nighttime. They're giving some XP to Shadow Shaman, but they can't find an opening. All right, they just made a move on top.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a big kill.
He doesn't have his ultimate. Static Link came out, plenty of auto attack damage, and Envy even pops the Eye of the Storm. Very big kill, slowing down S4, making sure he doesn't get to that Blink Dagger, who's up to 600 gold now. And they might take this tower as well. They have the Treants. We'll see if they can't grab it here in the next few seconds as the glyph comes out. Yeah, they will use the glyph. And do they have anybody nearby? JRX is setting himself up. It is daytime. It doesn't look like they're really trying to run up here yet. I think this might just fall, this tower.
Yeah, they're gonna let it go. They really can't defend it. The Panda split 28 seconds. They might actually smoke.
Yeah, thinking about it.
Yeah, they want to take a tower as well. Rezo has that meta Panda ulti. Fnatic can't really fight into that.
Nice TP from JRX, waiting for that Void from the Night Stalker. Once that goes, he knows he's safe to TP. And like you mentioned, they're making a move bottom. They have meta ready to go. And immediately, Fnatic will TP the hero out there and make sure they don't get caught. And but OG are going to make a smoke move. They're going to move towards mid now. There's two heroes here. Excalibur, tough target to kill. Pilot Eye, especially with him behind him. We'll see if they can't find something with S4 with Split. He has a Haste Rune as well.
Yeah, that's going to be a kill.
He's going to pop it. There's the Gale, Drunken Haze. They've got the kinetic field. He's got 17 wand charges. He'll use his Breathe Fire. Still in a lot of trouble here. Underneath the tower, needs some help, but he's going to get glimpsed back. Still pretty tanky. They have to use the split here to commit to it. The Boulder Toss will come in. Finally, they'll take Excalibur down. Very good try for him to get out, but...
Even the team gave up on him.
Yeah, they're like, all right, we're done here. You deal with it
lane,
yourself.
Envy taking so much damage.
Yeah,
one more hit.
Oh, man, that's huge.
Ohio, one more.
Wow. They dove underneath the tier 2 tower looking for a kill on JRX. They got it done, but Resolution, he's up there with the meta, and they take 3 kills across the map for OG.
And gonna take a tower as well on a mid lane.
Plus, they got the tier 1 bottom, too. That is a disastrous couple of minutes there for Fnatic.
It's so cool when you're playing a Terrorblade. You don't even need to move. The kills are coming for you.
Yeah.
Just feeding. Just deeping in front of you while you're in meta.
Even S4 says, yeah, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, good stuff there.
He's gonna get that Blink Dagger pretty soon. 12-minute mark. If he gets 2 runes. Let's see. Oh.
Yeah, he's feeling pretty good at this point. Splits back up in 80 seconds. They have some good vision. Placed down for OG. Aggressively in the enemy jungle. JRX is getting a lot of room to work with here. He's level 4, working on level 5 here in a moment.
Yeah, has a Tome of Knowledge in a backpack. Just needs to use it. Night Stalker has pretty high level. Gonna hit level 6.
Although, JRX Cogs, he's the one that's in trouble, it looks like. They will have rotating in the Disruptor, but there is Excalibur who pops the Elder Dragon form. He's going to use it, and they can't even find this kill. So he's already TP'd away. JRX making even more space down in this bottom lane now. Wow. Meanwhile, smoke mid Fnatic. They're going to find No Tail. He's got the Gale as well as the Poison Nova, but the Static Link coming in, the Shackles as well. Poison Nova should come out. He's got the stick charges. The Static Link is still there. The Nature's Wrath S4, he's got split in 30 seconds. Envy is getting low. Walks into the wards with Poison Sting. He might need to be denied by Pilot Die here. They're looking for S4. The mist comes out. One more auto attack the tower, and Pilot Die can't get the deny off in time. Oh my god. And they find JRX elsewhere. The Cogs will come through. This time, can they get the kill? He's already TP'd away once. He doesn't have it this time.
Is buying
He's
so
like
much
crazy.
time for
Are
his
you kidding
team.
me? The silence comes out. The Void is there. Finally, they'll get the kill, but the space has been created. Oh, my God. JRX.
Meanwhile, you have a Terrorblade who's completely free farming. What does he have? 82 CS, Dragonlance completed.
He's like 1.5k up on the DK2 in net worth. Working on the Yasha next. Resolution, he's gotten a couple of kills. He hasn't really been involved too much. I mean, they're doing great in terms of the late game for Resolution and OG. They already have a 2k net worth advantage. It will be nighttime in the next 10 seconds at the least, so maybe something happens here for Fnatic. They need to make something happen here, maybe, I think.
Rasta just hit level 6 with a tome, so that might be the play. They should try to focus the towers with maybe even try to go for a top tier 2. But the map is pretty much open for OG because they managed to kill tier 1 mid and tier 1 on the bottom. And look at the vision coming out from OG on the bottom lane. Like they have a vision on every single creep spawn.
It's crazy. That jungle is all OGs, essentially. So they know where Fnatic is then. If they're not in their own jungle, they're not farming bottom, they know that they're in their enemy jungle at this point. So OG knowing this, they'll smoke into their own jungle. Envy's going to get spotted. No tail. Gale onto 2. The Static Storm kinetic field. Great start to this fight. Jerax running in the batteries off the cogs. They'll drop the Serpent Wards. One's down. Here's the split. Dragon Tail not in time. Excalibur going to get cycloned up as well. DJ might get chased down. They're looking for more. There's that boulder toss. The Fire Panda on the other side. Resolution will find another target. DJ is getting burned down. The boulder toss and auto attack will give S4 a double kill. And they're looking for more. The cyclone onto Shadow Shaman. Rezo's here. They've got the kinetic field. It's going to be 4 dead for OG as well. A double for Resolution, who is now dominating. That is the perfect fight for OG.
Well, with all the vision on the bottom lane, they know where Fnatic is. Panda also bought a Blink Dagger. They didn't know he has it. Just a good split. It's so hard for Fnatic to actually fight. One in the air, throw the Pandas on another one. Veno didn't even use the ulti.
Man, Resolution's going to be so farmed.
I mean, the only guy who died on OG's side is actually Clockwork, who's level 5. He does not give a lot of gold nor XP.
It's crazy. He's not even 6 yet. They're winning these fights with that hook shot. They don't even need it. He's feeling pretty confident about himself now. He has a full urn. He's sitting bottom, looking perhaps for Ohio, but I don't know. He has another hero running in. That's going to be S4, who has his blank. And here we go. Jerax is going to look for it. Ohio will run down to the south. He's got the... They don't have detection, I don't think. Good Shadow Amulet from Ohio. Cogs, Clap will come out. They ping him out. They know that he's there, but too little, too late. And good attempt there from OG, but no such luck. Oh, Poison Nova mid. I think Shackles will come out. Ohio TP'd into mid, and he might die now.
5 sticks, though. Both are going to die.
Oh, No Tail just got so much out of that. Well, that's unbelievable. Excalibur is trying to find this kill. The Treants were blocking him. There's the Drunken Haze from S4. And No Tail, can he find a third? Excalibur might be in trouble now.
Has a 4 staff.
Yeah, he's going to force himself away. The Treants blocked him in for a moment, but he's going to survive. DJ Hunter in the night. The kinetic field will come in. There's going to be the crippling fear, but they can't follow up. Hook shot coming in. Jerax is 6 finally. The Cogs there. Just enough mana. The Clap comes out. S4. No split. Here comes the Static Link, but it's going to be broken by S4, and it's another kill going down. Glimpse back. Kinetic field. Static Storm. The Gale on top. Envy is pretty tanky, but not tanky enough. The Urn taking him down. Fly going to work. The Clap coming in. Excalibur pops the Elder Dragon form and the Dragon Tail. Fly should fall. The evasion is there. He doesn't get the job done. Burning down to the poison, but not enough. They won't get the kill. They will find Jerax. Excalibur is going to get galed up. Finally, they get that kill. No Tail's dominating. Resolution has a mega kill spree. Ohio's about to fall. All 5 are dead.
This is painful to watch.
Oh my God, this is a disaster, Lacoste. My lord.
The only one who's dying is Clockwork once again.
Regeneration.
Venomancer with that 4 staff, like more of a utility build.
Saves his life that time.
They don't have too much catch inside of Fnatic. Like, they have a Night Stalker, Rasta. Rasta needs to be super careful about positioning in fights.
Yep. They're just getting run down at this point. The vision advantage is still there for OG. So many wards on this map for OG, and they're starting to position themselves aggressively. But there will be a courier snipe by Ohio in the top lane. Rotates up, gets it, so at least they get something. But they've been down pretty much this entire game. Almost a 7,500 net worth advantage for OG, and Resolution continues to just dominate this net worth chart as he's going to have his Manta here in the next couple moments.
Oh, the double damage just spawned on top. It's being pinged out by Pi.
Just go take it by Ledai. I don't think you want to
give
give that away.
Just go die there if Clockwork sees you.
Yeah, it's true. And they have that. There's a ward there for OG, so yeah, good point. So he needs to be careful because Clockwork is mid. He could hook shot. Now is a Medallion. Medallion and Solar Crest up for OG.
Another smoke. They just want to keep fighting. Just keep the pressure on Fnatic. They don't want to give them time to actually come back into the game. Even, I don't know how they can actually come back after this.
Yeah, looking for Ohio. They're going to start things off with a Clap, perhaps, if they can get in. Glimpse comes in. Clap comes through. He will have the Shadow Amulet to Protection-wise, they have the Thunderstrike on him. He's dead. Excalibur is going to be next. They drop the Solar Crest. Resolution coming in. He's got Metamorphosis. Doesn't even need to use it. 2 heroes getting brought down, plus a Tier 2 tower on top of it. They lose Pylai Day elsewhere. I think Jarek's got a solo kill on him. It's exactly what you talked about happened, I believe, on Pylai Day.
Yeah. Get that DD, get that death.
That is unfortunate.
The value, huh?
Yeah, Jarex is feeling pretty good. OG is feeling pretty good as well. 17 minutes into this game, and they are sieging high ground. Buyback is available for Excalibur, but he's already up in 10 seconds. He doesn't want to have to use it. They're forced to use the glyph here. Split is still available. I think meta is still available.
Yeah, you know it's going bad for you when the Terrorblade is pushing without meta. Okay, time to pop it.
Yeah, they're ready to go. They want to take a tier 3 at the very least. They might even be able to take more. It is daytime, which is another thing. Darkness isn't available. They need to be careful here. I don't even know if Fnatic can do anything. They don't really have any items on any of their heroes. They might just lose this melee racks if they're not careful. Jump and clap. They're looking for Excalibur. He's going to have the Shadow Amulet to save him. The Boulder Toss will come through. DJ's going to get pushed back.
Just
Manta
focus
comes
the
out.
Raxes, that's it. That's what Panda does.
Buildings, and while S4 zones, the rest of them could do damage to these racks, and they will take the first racks of the game at about 18 minutes in. That is nuts for OG. Jesus. Well, that's something else. They might even find Excalibur, although I believe he's smoked up. Glimpse comes in. That'll be into Pylai. He does get the Ward Trap. All right, they'll find 1 kill on Fly. There's that.
Dragon Knight ulti plus wards committed.
Uh-oh, Ohio, but now No-Tail and Drax might be here without some backup. They need to be careful. Drax getting slowed up. There's going to be the Plague Wars to help out No-Tail. Gale's back up in 2 seconds, but he's already split away from Drax. Nature's Wrath comes in. He's still on the move. Looks like he might be able to make it away, and he will. Can they turn this and try to go on Envy or Excalibur?
Veno is ready to fight.
And No-Tail's running at this point. He's got the Poison Nova. Envy needs to be careful. Static Link's back up. There it is, the Poison Nova clap. Good sounds coming out. Nicely done, but still, S4 should be fine. No, he's got wards. They're going to drop him down here in a moment.
Whoa.
Can he get Excalibur? There's going to be the armlet toggle. S4 will get the kill onto Envy. Now they're looking for more. DJ is going to be next as well. The Poison Nova. No-Tail gets a double kill. He's unstoppable. 4 are dead for Fnatic somehow again. Oh, it just gets worse and worse for Fnatic at this point in the game.
I don't think they can fight. They should try to split push a little bit. Using wards just to kill that Disruptor is really not worth it. He should be on the top lane where tier 1 and tier 2 towers has fallen already. Just try to pressure with Nature's Prophet on top.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's a desperation, but it's the only thing they can do.
Yeah, right.
Just cut the waves, buy some time.
It feels like that's all they can do. Yeah, at this point, it just feels insane. They can't fight in. There's absolutely no way. It's all about the split pushing now for Fnatic, and it just doesn't even feel like that's going to be enough. Yeah, Resolution's constantly
with
pushing
Solar
waves.
Crest, they can just easily go Roche.
Yep.
Pike is finished on that Terrorblade.
Yeah, this is rough stuff for Fnatic, and as you mentioned, with Solar Crest, they're heading right into Roche. Darkness will be used. There's really good vision. There's a ward inside the Fnatic base at this point, so they'll know if Fnatic are moving out, most likely. There's nothing really they can do. Jerax is just pushing in bottom all the meanwhile. He might die for this, but I don't think they really care. OG are going to get Aegis, and now it's time to take these tier 2 towers and these tier 3 towers as well.
Yeah, I don't think they can defend tier 2 towers, at least the one on the mid anymore. They're just gonna let it fall, then Panda splits, Terrorblade using all those illusions. It's just gonna be one more fight before the game ends.
Yeah, it feels like it. 16k advantage for OG. There's going to be the Gale plus Glimpse back. DJ needs to be careful. Meta's coming out. Resolution has Aegis. They'll need to be careful. Reflection coming in at Excalibur. Just getting cycloned up. DJ's down. Envy is alone in the back looking for No-Tail. The Gale will come through. He's about to fall. 3 dead as they get Pylai on the other side of the fight. There's the Static Storm. Excalibur. He'll fall down to the meta of Resolution, who is just doing so much damage. 4 dead. They need detection for Ohio. It looks like they don't have it. Finally, they will find him. They will get Fly out of it for Ohio, but the TP not going to be successful. Double kill. All 5 dead for Rezo. And there it is. As you mentioned, one last fight for Fnatic and GG. This best of 1 is over, and OG absolutely dominant here.
This was pretty quick, 21 minutes in. They just dominated. Starting from the early stages, they tried to kill Venomancer 1 or 2 times, backfired, then they couldn't even fight anymore. Panda had a really good timing on a Blink Dagger. After that, it was just pretty much over.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was over for quite some time at that point, yeah. It was rough stuff. There's not much else to say about that game other than just a dominant performance from OG. They looked good from start to finish. Really good stuff in every single lane. Give that S4 Brewmaster up, and of course, things are going to happen for them. So Fnatic, that'll be it for them in the lower bracket. They will be done here. Of course, OG continues to move on. They'll be playing in just a little bit here. But any closing thoughts before we head out of here, Lacoste?
Well, I'm glad OG won. I thought they looked really strong in the previous day. A little bit of unlucky, maybe some throws, but I think they've found their play style. Also happy to see No-Tail performing really well.
Yes, he looked exceptionally well in this best of one series. So with that said, we will move on. We'll get back to the analysts as quickly as possible. But congrats to OG moving on. We'll see you guys soon. Stick around, everybody.
Get the alpha, be the alpha.
With the Strafe Esports app, follow your favorite teams and players, and you'll never miss a match again. Strafe, everything esports. Download now on iOS and Android.
All right, folks, we're back with another winner's interview. Of course, OG taking a quick win over Fnatic. We are here with No-Tail. How you feeling after that quick win?
Better than losing yesterday.
Yeah, talk to us about going into the lower bracket. Is it kind of a different mentality? Does it change anything for you guys knowing that you're one loss away from elimination?
For me personally, I look at this still like as a whole year. The season is just starting. We've had a rocky start, but there's so much Dota coming ahead of us, and it's really hard for me just to look at like each tournament right now for me. Even though maybe it's not that healthy, but I don't feel this lower bracket at all. I'm just playing one game at a time.
Are you happy with the changes to the minor and major system? It feels like we almost have too many events now, if that was ever going to be a problem. Are you guys pretty happy with the state of things?
It's still too early to say if things are going in the right direction, I'd say. But more Dota is what I like. Competitive Dota is what I live for, and I'm hoping for the best. I think this is a good attempt to bring Dota to the next level.
Absolutely. So that last game, how did you feel once you saw the draft? Obviously, Fnatic went for a very push-heavy lineup. Kind of feels like pushing might not be that strong right now. Most of the push-heavy drafts we've seen have failed in this event. Were you guys feeling confident when you saw those 5 heroes?
I think confidence is a big thing. I think it's important to have no matter what. And you look at their lineup, of course, if they get what they want, they're getting a lot of towers very early in the game, and it's about stopping it. Feels good for me to to see somebody playing with that much pressure on their shoulders always. But yeah, again, confidence. I was confident.
So carry heroes. Feels like there is a lot of viable heroes on this patch, or are a lot of viable heroes. Are there any carries that feel really weak right now, or like maybe not even playable? Because we've seen a lot so far in this event alone.
Well, I've always been a big hater of Slark, but then we saw Miracle Slark, and it did work. I think Dota has reached a point, I don't know if any MOBA is ever going to reach this, where so many heroes are so viable. To me, I look at this hero list, and it's really hard for me to find something that I haven't played against or I'm not playing against. Like, every hero is being played pretty much.
And one final question. Have you had a chance to look at the new heroes at all? And do you have any thoughts about how they might impact the game once they're in Captain's mode?
The Pangolier is definitely impacting my lose ratio in my pubs. It's not going so well whenever I have a Pangolier on my team, but it seems like Dark Willow looks to be an extremely strong hero. I think a lot of these heroes and a lot of the patch, what it brought was heroes being able to play in different positions, being able to take more XP, more gold, and then you use these talents like this Dark Willow. I've seen it carry games. I've seen it be really solid support. Yeah.
All right, very good. Well, we'll keep it short and sweet. Congratulations again, and good luck moving forward. We're going to have a Day 2 recap coming up next for those of you that missed any of the action yesterday. But stay tuned, because we've got a lot more Dota 2 coming your way.
He just broke the smoke wave. There, they can swap him back, I think. They're going to just use the Arctic Burn. He will probably fall. Evans coming in for the back line. Chrono is about to be ready here in just a couple of moments. 2 seconds, in fact. They're going to have the Dream Coil coming out. Paparazzi assassinated, swap back in. He's dead. A double kill. There's the Chronosphere coming out. They want to get this kill in resolution. They should have figured no. Down for 30. The Winner's Curse will come out as well. The Cold Embrace is there. Now Fly is starting to do the work. They've got the Wayne Rift. They've got the kill. They've got the triple for a resolution. They find the targets, and now they will find Roche.
Solo.
He has
He's
a
here.
haste
Snake
rune.
1.
He has a haste
Refresher.
Drop them
Snake 2.
There he goes. He pops the cheese.
Snake 3.
Oh my god, he actually did it. He actually got the 3 snakes, and he's going to get the top racks within seconds. Not only that, but these little mini buildings.
Wants that perfect moment.
I don't know, dude. He's really waiting. He does now. There it is. It's 5 seconds on cooldown. The fight's already broken out. Pylai dies dead. Envy pops the BKB. The Rapier is ready to go, but it might be too little too late. And Ramses blows him away. The Rapier is on the deck. Can he get back in there in time? Envy's going to pick it up. Can he get there? He's still trying to fight. This might be a dieback if he's not careful. Envy getting caught and getting low at this point. He cannot afford to die. It's on the ground, but Envy is dead. And with his death, probably ends the game. Ramses did go down, but he will buy back. Envy dead for 2 minutes. And they're going to work now. Ramses pops the God Strength, ready to go. Ohio back in. Pasha jumping in. Gets off the clap. DJ getting chased down by no one who's going to town. They'll take down 4. Excalibur's the sole survivor, but it looks like Virtus Pro will be moving on, and Fnatic going down to the lower bracket.
Oh, in middle lane, Bender actually ulti off. It's going to hold him in place. This is going to be nice. Paparazzi just right-click him down. He has the BKB. If he goes down, he doesn't have a buyback. He leaves forward. He gets stunned out for so long. That is the Divine Rapier. He cannot buy back. And there we go. The Guardian Angel. There's going to be no damage done from this Radiant team. Ramsey's trying to run at anyone he can. Lil and so much hold just running away. Heal on Paparazzi. And they're just healing everything out. Good game. Well played. Called by Solo. A 65-minute slobber knocker that goes to the late game. Rax is down for both teams, but VG Gaming
And welcome back to the panel. It was indeed an epic 60-minute slobber knocker we saw yesterday, Grant.
Could have gone either way right there, and then game 2 obviously looked a little bit different. Vici kind of just ran over VP, and that's where we're at now.
Yeah, absolutely. But speaking of run over, it was OG versus Fnatic we just saw, and honestly, that might have been one of the most one-sided games of the tournament that we've seen. Maybe aside from that game 2 of Fnatic versus VP yesterday, but
yeah, it's weird because both you guys said Fnatic was going to take it, so I figured it might be a little bit differently.
Yeah,
it is.
I tried to follow that. I love what No Tail said though.
Yeah,
he said asked about confidence in the draft. Yeah. He knew what they wanted to do, right? Like there is a chance, of course, that you see what this enemy wants to do. They want to take all your towers, and that draft was built where that could have happened. But obviously, they just outplayed, knew what was going to happen, how to bounce back from it, and took a very quick victory. Not so much bouncing back as just dominating.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've got a replay to look at. Curious which moment in the game we're going to relive here because it was a pretty quick one. What do we got, boys?
That's where Jarek's juked for so long right here. He went up. They just couldn't find him.
The crafty cogs on top of the high ground. Yep. Space created. Is that what they said?
I believe so. I think the general thing here, of the opening from Fnatic with the ports, really aggressive Night Stalker as well as Shem. The rest of the heroes just didn't really go with the other two heroes, and it felt weird. Like, the supports, honestly, are just better on Fnatic-wise, but then OG just combo team better, and, I mean, that's what's going to happen when you go to draft.
It went pretty unchecked as well, negative aggression and stuff, but obviously he got control.
I mean, look at the net worth just from this replay. So far ahead. That's one of the things that OG is so doing. It's not even a 4 protect 1, it's 4 distract while the 1 farm.
DK was the highest net worth, and he was about 11,000. That's quite a bit more. I mean, it was an outclass, and obviously OG moves full, so they're going to be looking to win.
So next, who does OG have bracket in front of me? But
Newbie. That's going to be a tough one. Newbie's still a team.
It's going to be a tough best of 1.
Yeah, it will be, but we have an even better one before. If you're a fan of South American Dota, which I am.
It's going to be SG versus VP, right? Yep. That's what we got coming up next. Ooh. All these best of 1s.
Are we finally going to see Arc Warden? That's what
I
keep wondering.
I kind of want to see it last series, but after seeing the CK, I think SG is just playing very well with just stable heroes. They don't have to do anything crazy, and one good day, my friends, I'm telling you.
One good day.
That's true. It's not just one best of 1. You get so many in one single day. Exactly. You don't need to be on for multiple days in a row. This is the perfect lower bracket.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's shaped up to be an interesting lower bracket indeed. And of course, a reminder: our winner bracket finals will be the final series today. That's the best of 3 between Vici Gaming and Team Liquid. So after we're done with the lower bracket, we are going to close out the day with some upper bracket madness. And here we go. Just a quick refresher: VPSG going to be coming up next after this break, and then it will be Newbie versus OG after that, and then we have one more round of that lower bracket, depending on who wins this next series, or these next 2 series, rather.
I think all 3 of these matches are going to be a lot closer than those first SG versus Immortals, which was decently close, but it felt like SG was ahead the whole time, and then obviously OG Fnatic pretty one-sided. And I think it'll be a lot closer skill level. You have the VP just overall one of the best teams on the last patch can afford in this next patch. And SG, they've been to more LANs than most of these teams combined. They've been every single LAN except for one.
Yes. Definitely the big heavy favorite, right? Obviously, across this whole next round of lower bracket, it kind of looks like that match is the one that we should be expecting.
That would be a huge upset for SG to take out VP. It is best of 1, so that's always in the context of a best of 1, but still, that would be huge for that South American team.
It would be. I mean, they've beaten EG, they've been Secret, they've been some of the heavy favorites back in that patch, and they can definitely do it again here.
Yeah. All right. So that's it, folks. We are going to move into another break. We're going to give these teams a chance to set up the stage. The best of 1s mean there's a lot of breakdown, but it's okay because there's still so much more Dota 2 coming here. Day 3 of Dota Season 6.